How a Man Almost Ruined Taylor Swift's Career. Although Taylor Swift's career has been an incredible journey of musical triumph and personal tenacity, her tense relationship with music mogul Scooter Braun posed a serious threat. Swift was in a fight for control and ownership of her own music after Braun purchased Big Machine label group in 2019, which contained the rights to her early master recordings. In addition to endangering her career, this dispute sparked a larger discussion about artist rights and the balance of power in the music business. Number 7. Early career and contract. Taylor Swift first gained notoriety as a teenager thanks to her distinctive pop and country music style, which appealed to a wide range of listeners. She signed a deal with Scott Borchetta's relatively small label, Big Machine label group, in 2006 when she was just 16 years old. This contract was crucial for her burgeoning career, allowing her to release her self-titled debut album, which included hits like Tim McGraw and Teardrops on My Guitar. However, the terms of this contract included a significant drawback. Big Machine retained ownership of all master recordings produced during the contract period. This implied that Swift did not own the rights to the recordings, even though she was the creative power behind her songs, penning words and melodies that resonated strongly with her audience. Number 6. Scooter Braun's acquisition. The turning point in Taylor Swift's relationship with her music came in June 2019 when Scooter Braun's company, Ithaca Holdings, acquired Big Machine label group for approximately $300 million. Swift's first 6 albums, a vast collection that reflected her early career and artistic development, were part of this transaction. Braun is a high-profile music executive known for managing some of the biggest names in the industry, including Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. However, he also had a controversial reputation due to his involvement in public disputes with other artists, particularly Swift. Number 5. Public dispute with Kanye West. When Kanye West famously interrupted Swift's victory speech for Best Female Video at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards to declare that Beyoncé should have won the prize instead, Swift and West's feud started. Viewers were taken aback by this moment, which also sparked a media frenzy that would follow both performers for years. The episode had a major effect on Swift's public image and signaled the start of a long-running dispute that reappeared several times. Swift was disparagingly mentioned in the lyrics of the song Famous, which West released in 2016. When Kim Kardashian leaked excerpts of a phone conversation between Swift and Kanye, implying that Swift had given her approval for the lyrics, a claim Swift strongly refuted, the scandal intensified. Their already complex connection was further complicated by this twisting of their story. The situation was exacerbated by Braun's affiliation with West. It seemed as though he was using their previous disputes to further discredit Swift. Swift's emotional health was impacted by the growing public controversy, which also influenced how the media portrayed her, frequently depicting her as a villain rather than a victim. Number 4. Threats and control. Scooter Braun allegedly tried to control Taylor Swift when he bought Big Machine by threatening to stop her from performing her earlier songs or using them in promotional materials unless she complied with certain requirements about how she may talk about him or his business in public. This form of intimidation exposed the extreme power dynamics in the music business, where executives frequently have a big say in how musicians develop their careers. This felt very personal and intrusive to Swift, and it was not just a professional obstacle. For any artist who has put their heart into their work, the threat suggested that Braun might control how she engaged with her own songs and legacy. Wider conversations around artist autonomy and executives' moral obligations when handling their interactions with artists were spurred by this circumstance. Number 3. Swift's response. Faced with losing control over her master recordings and feeling powerless against Braun's threats, Taylor Swift decided to take decisive action by re-recording her earlier albums, a strategic move that would allow her to regain ownership of her music while also sending a strong message about artist rights within the industry. Fearless Taylor's version, which she published in November 2020, had previously unreleased songs as well as new recordings of songs from her original Fearless album. This campaign was an act of rebellion against an industry structure that has historically disregarded the rights of artists, in addition to recovering ownership. The re-recordings were hailed with critical praise and financial success, illustrating that Swift could convert misfortune into opportunity while remaining loyal to herself as an artist. Her release of Red Taylor's version in November 2021, which followed this triumph, further cemented her resolve to regain control over her work and redefine what it means to be an artist in the modern music industry. Number 2. Industry implications. The battle between Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun spurred broad discussions about artist rights inside the music industry, highlighting systemic concerns connected to contract negotiations and ownership rights that many musicians face but sometimes overlook until it's too late. The circumstance made musicians, both up and coming artists and well-known performers, examine their contracts more carefully and think about the long-term effects of signing away their masters before fully comprehending what they were giving up. The prevalence of record labels keeping ownership of artists' work long after they have left such labels or even after their careers have ended was made public by the numerous artists who started talking about their experiences. This insight resulted in heightened support for improved contract transparency and artist rights safeguards across the board. As additional musicians started talking about their experiences, some even identifying with Swift, it sparked discussions about equity and justice in a field that is sometimes condemned for putting financial gain ahead of creative integrity. Number 1. Advocacy for artists' rights. Through her public battle with Scooter Braun, Taylor Swift emerged as a powerful advocate for artists' rights within the music industry, a role she embraced wholeheartedly, as she recognized the broader implications of her situation for all musicians facing similar challenges. She used her platform not only to reclaim ownership of her work, but also to raise awareness about the importance of owning one's music and fighting against exploitative practices prevalent in the industry. By sharing her story through social media posts, interviews, and public appearances, including powerful speeches at events like the American Music Awards, Swift inspired countless other artists to reconsider their own contracts and fight for better terms that would empower them creatively and financially. Moreover, Swift's actions resonated beyond just herself. They sparked movements advocating for change within the industry regarding artist compensation and ownership rights. By re-recording her albums and using every opportunity to discuss these issues publicly, she became a symbol of resilience and empowerment for artists everywhere, proving that one individual could challenge systemic injustices in an often unyielding industry landscape. By reclaiming her narrative through re-recordings and advocating for artist rights, Swift turned a potentially career-threatening situation into a powerful movement for change. Her resilience not only preserved her legacy, but also inspired countless artists to fight for their own rights, highlighting the importance of ownership and autonomy in an industry often dominated by powerful executives. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.